Hi, I'm Janet Alvarez, reporting from the floor of the iconic New York Stock Exchange, the heart of global markets. I'm your host for IPOmarket.com Media Corps in partnership with fintech TV, theCUBE, Cointelegraph, Cheddar, and the NewsOut platform. Together, we're leading the next era of IPO media, delivering unmatched access, trusted financial insight, and global exposure. This is IPO coverage redefined, powered by the broadcast reach of New to the Street. Welcome to New to the Street, Exploring the Block. I'm your host, Janet Alvarez, joined today by a very special guest, Pedro Vidal, who is the Chief Relationship Officer of Floki. Pedro, welcome to our show.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Pedro, first, for our audience who isn't yet familiar with Floki, tell us about your company. Tell us about your blockchain protocol.
Well, Floki is a community-driven project on the blockchain. And one of the things that we do and we strive for is we want to make sure that we make the blockchain experience easier for individuals, whether today's day one in blockchain or you've been a seasoned vet. So our community is heavily focused on being engaged in the decision-making process. So we designed an ecosystem with many different products and services that can make the transition a lot easier for individuals that want to get into blockchain. But for those that are already in the industry, we make sure that they have robust tools so that they could be successful.
So tell us about some of the utilities, some of the projects within Floki. What is Floki comprised?
So with Floki, we have several ecosystem products. While many projects in blockchain, they're very much like a one-trick pony, and what they do very well, and they stay within that silo. We wanted to be different. So we pride ourselves in being the world's first in many respects. We're actually the world's first CTO, which is a community takeover where the community rallies and provides leadership and structure and guidance to the project. So very early on, we wanted to fix some of the problems that were plaguing the blockchain, specifically blockchain gaming. So our first utility product was Valhalla, which is an MMO-RPG game that you could play right now. It's browser-based. And mainnet launch is actually June 30th. But
Congratulations.
Thank you. We're super excited. And it's taking years to be able to bring to market. But we needed to fix some of the problems plaguing blockchain gaming, which had to do with unsustainable economy and a lack of robust player mechanics. So we've been able to fix that. And infrastructure-wise, this is the largest game ever designed for blockchain gaming. So we're very excited. But it takes years to develop. So we wanted to make sure that we could look at other individual silos. So we got into DeFi and we were able to create and launch the largest innovative token locker solution and DeFi protocol, which is our Flokified token locker. So you have the immediate utility to be able to lock your LP and other assets. It's the only token locker solution of its kind that adheres to the ERC 1155 standard. And for the audience, which I know is like very, very like well-versed, and if they're not, I'll explain that it's easier for you to be able to lock your assets with ERC 1155. You don't have to pay multiple fees. So we had developers in mind, and for those that want to launch their projects, so they could keep their assets safe for their community. And then we started getting into the GameFi, creating Valhalla. But then we transcended and getting other tools like the Floki trading bot, which just crossed over 173 million in total volume. We're very, very excited about that. But we wanted to make sure that we would also get into tokenization. So while everyone was talking about tokenization at the end of 2023, we just recently launched our RWA tokenization platform.
Pedro, that is all not only fascinating, but also heartwarming. You're doing well by doing good, which is the ambition of all of us. Pedro, if we want to learn more about Floki, if we want to learn more about the ecosystem, become involved with it, how do we get started?
I think a good place to start will probably be our website, since it captures, like all our socials on there, and that's, floki.com. And from there, you'll be able to see all our different ecosystem products. And obviously follow us on X or on our socials at Real Floki Inu, and you'll be able to see everything that we're working on. Again, right, we're not like many other projects that they'll have one individual update or catalyst within a quarter. We have 3 or 4 things that potentially drop within the week, because we set the standard that doing okay is not enough, right? And we have to continue to excel. We have to continue to innovate, but above all, we need to preserve the integrity of what got us here and make sure that we do blockchain better than what we found it.
Pedro Vidal, congratulations on all of your successes and Godspeed ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today on New to the Street Exploring the Block, where we bring you the latest in the worlds of blockchain and cryptocurrency. I'm Janet Alvarez, your host. It's been an honor to speak with you today.
Roadzen is a global technology company using AI to transform auto insurance. Some of the world's largest car makers, insurers, and fleets rely on Roadzen to reduce accidents, process lightning-fast claims, lower insurance premiums. With annual revenues approaching $50 million, Roadzen is racing towards profitability. This isn't just AI, it's real-world innovation powering the future of mobility and insurance. Roadzen, RDZN.
Oh, honey, I forgot to tell you, my parents are coming into town tonight for dinner. I'm thinking steaks.
Luckily, Bob bookmarked commercialville.tv, the internet's only truly localized zip code-enabled video search engine that helps you find businesses right in your own neighborhood.
By the way, baby, my parents became vegans. My mom isn't crazy about beards.
Tell me you have something else to wear.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Wherever you are, whatever you need, commercialville.tv's got you covered. We're globally local.
Attention investors. Acurx Pharmaceuticals trades on the Nasdaq ACXP, is leading the fight against antibiotic-resistant infections with next-gen small molecule antibiotics. Targeting the $1.7 billion U.S. market for C. difficile, Acurx is driving innovation in a global health crisis. This is one stock to watch. Is ACXP an opportunity for your portfolio? Find out more at New to the Street. Hi, everyone. Welcome to New to the Street. I'm Anna Berry. Today, I'm excited to have Dan O'Toole, the CEO of ARAI AI. ARAI AI is transforming logistics with patented technology that seamlessly moves deliveries between people, robots, and drones. Welcome to New to the Street today, Dan.
Thanks, Anna. Hey, I just got to say, I'm glad you got the memo to wear the black and the white blazer right on point. So
I know, right? We even got the light turtleneck. It's
That's
turtleneck
right.
Light. All right.
That's
well,
right.
Great minds think alike.
I was just going to say that, so that proves it.
Well, wonderful. Why don't you give our viewers a little overview about ARAI AI?
Yeah, thanks. ARAI AI, kind of like what you started with, we're reducing friction between people, robots, and drones. We're working on what we call asynchronous delivery, which means you don't have to be there to receive something. You don't have to be there to ship it. Things happen in the normal course, and then you get a notification. It's all chain of custody driven, heated and cooled cargo area, really securing the future and opening up all kinds of autonomous delivery.
Wonderful. Well, I know you've had a really robust crowdfunding campaign. So are you still seeking additional funds? And if you are, why is now a good time to invest in ARAI AI?
Absolutely. Now is the best time. We're just ready to go public on the Nasdaq, ticker symbol ARAI. We've been working at this for a long time, and we're just on the doorstep. We got our S1 filed with the SEC. We think we're on our last turn with that. The Nasdaq, we're really close there, and we're going to be ready to go imminently. So if you want to, everybody always wants to get in on a stock before it starts trading, right? This is your chance. We do have a need to continue to raise. We are a low to no revenue company at this point, just getting started with all this new iteration. So investment is really what gives us runway. We're transitioning from a crowdfunded company to a publicly traded, tapping the public access capital. So we are raising. We're currently on pickmecrowdfunding.com, PICMII, and we're ARAI AI is who we are. We are set to end this raise. We just extended it for the very last time. We put a press release out yesterday. We went 70 days out from today. And that is because we don't want to extend anymore. And what we were doing is these small extensions because we felt like it was imminent when we were going to be able to start trading, and we didn't want to be locked into a longer tenure on the crowdfunding, and then that would hold us from going public. But we're able to negotiate the ability to shut the campaign off in real time when we get the go ahead. So that we just did that. So on this raise right now, we've raised 3.2 million, and we have a need right now for about $1 million before we go public. We've raised about 190,000 of that so far of that million. So we're getting in the final stretch here. It's exciting, a lot of energy here, and it's close.
Yeah, well, the clock is ticking. One more time for our viewers. How much longer do we have before you're closing down the fund?
May 15th is the drop dead date, but we're hoping to close it down before that. So I don't know the exact date because we haven't gotten the definitive answer from the SEC as when we go effective so we can start trading. So, but May 15th would be the last day. It is probably going to be before that. And I'm not trying to be evasive. I just don't know the answer to that.
Well, May will be here before we know it. So for our viewers who are interested, what should they do if they are interested in investing? Who should they contact?
You can go to our website, arriveai.com. We've got a tab on there for invest. And that's an easy way to do it. You could go to pickmecrowdfunding.com, and I think we're the #1 raise on that site. So you can do that. Really proud, Anna. We've got over 5,000 investors since we've been in existence through crowdfunding. We've been very successful. The market has realized what we're offering, and they've come to it. So that means a lot, says a lot.
Well, like you said, the time is now for this company, this technology. We are excited that you're here, and we're excited to follow you along once you go public. So thank you, Dan, for joining us on New to the Street.
Thanks, Anna. Thanks to everybody out there, too.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Roadzen is a global technology company using AI to transform auto insurance. Some of the world's largest car makers, insurers, and fleets rely on Roadzen to reduce accidents, process lightning-fast claims, lower insurance premiums. With annual revenues approaching $50 million, Roadzen is racing towards profitability. This isn't just AI, it's real-world innovation powering the future of mobility and insurance. Roadzen. RDZN.
Oh, honey, I forgot to tell you my parents are coming into town tonight for dinner. I'm thinking steaks.
Luckily, Bob bookmarked commercialville.tv, the internet's only truly localized zip code-enabled video search engine that helps you find businesses right in your own neighborhood.
By the way, baby, my parents became vegans.
My mom isn't crazy about beards.
Tell me you have something else to wear.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Wherever you are, whatever you need, commercialville.tv's got you covered. We're globally local.
Attention investors. AccuRx Pharmaceuticals trades on the Nasdaq ACXP, is leading the fight against antibiotic-resistant infections with next-gen small molecule antibiotics. Targeting the $1.7 billion U.S. market for C. difficile, AccuRx is driving innovation in a global health crisis. This is one stock to watch. Is ACXP an opportunity for your portfolio? Find out more at New to the Street.
BioVIE is a clinical stage company developing innovative drug therapies for neurological and also neurodegenerative disorders. And with me is the CEO, Kong Do, and also advisory board member, Kush Saxena. Great to have you here. So, Kong, let's start with you. So I see BioVIE recently enrolled your first patient in the trial for long COVID. So bring us up to date on where that stands.
Yes, we just enrolled the first patient. We're trying to enroll a total of about 200 patients to see if our drug candidate, bezisterim, could help address the conditions of brain fog, fatigue, and malaise that are associated with long COVID, right? And since there's no therapy out there for long COVID patients, we're hoping this could become the first therapy that could do something to help these patients.
Now, we don't hear much about COVID anymore. I mean, certainly compared to 2020. How big of a problem is this still?
Yes, I think the world had just assumed that COVID has gone and disappeared. But the reality is that there are 300,000 new cases of COVID every single day in the United States right now, right? And there are about 35,000 new cases of long COVID each month in the US. And it's so debilitating as well. There are 17 million Americans right now who have long COVID. And since there's no treatment for it, the conditions are really terrible, such that 3 to 4 million Americans have had to change their jobs just because they can no longer put up with the physical demands of their job, simply because they have fatigue, malaise, and brain fog.
Well, and I do know
Getting from their insights and advice.
So let's talk to one of those advisory board members. Kush, you have been with MasterCard and Santander Bank. You've launched your own Function Ventures fintech company. Explain what attracted you to BioVie, and do you have a connection with neurodegeneration?
Happy to do that. So the conditions that BioVie works on, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and long COVID, which I don't think we know a lot about, are debilitating conditions. They impact people's lives, they impact families' lives, and I think if you look at economic data, they impact families not just in that generation, they impact families across generations. And so like a lot of us, I have friends, I have family that have been impacted by these, and I think the mission calling was very meaningful for me and for us at Function Ventures. Now, a lot of what we do is support bold founders trying to create big things that challenge the status quo. And Kong and BioVie very much fit that mission. We've not seen a new drug in Parkinson's emerge in the last 50 years. I'm mostly a tech and a fintech guy, but I was blown away by sort of how slow the pace of innovation seems to be here. We've not seen a new way of addressing Alzheimer's in a long, long time. And so I think the work BioVie is doing, the work Kong is doing on, focusing on neuroinflammation as a mechanism to come up with a novel solution for Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, I think that's tremendous. And I'd say the last thing I'd say is the quality of the advisory board, the individuals that we've got on the advisory board, their credibility, people like Tim Gardner, who was one of the co-founders of Neuralink, folks like Dr. Zaldi Tan, a deeply, deeply eminent scientist in the space. Their credibility, their passion for this spoke a lot to me and spoke a lot to us. So, this is something we want to put all of our muscle behind. We want to help come up with this because I think it can be life-changing for, the 300,000 patients and a lot more.
Sure. And is that what you bring to the table, just kind of the spirit of innovation and knowledge of technology?
So I'm helping, my specific role on the advisory board spans several areas. I'm mostly a financial services, fintech, and a tech guy. So I do a lot of support on financial strategy, on capital market strategy, on capital markets positioning, maybe some new product ideas. Overall, I'd say a lot of my work is focused on storytelling. I think this is a story that needs to be told. Like Kong said, they're a small company, but they're trying something very, very meaningful. And any muscle we can put behind on storytelling, overarchingly is sort of where, I and the advisory board come in.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Trish, for coming. And Kong, thank you as well. I look forward to updates when you start to get some of these trial results in. So it'll be very exciting.
All right. That's terrific. Great to be here, Dave. Thanks for having us. Pleasure to be here.
Attention investors. Acurx Pharmaceuticals trades on the Nasdaq ACXP, is leading the fight against antibiotic-resistant infections with next-gen small molecule antibiotics. Targeting the $1.7 billion U.S. market for C. difficile, Acurx is driving innovation in a global health crisis. This is one stock to watch. Is ACXP an opportunity for your portfolio? Find out more at New to the Street.
Beeline Holdings is a fintech company dealing with mortgages and titles, and it's designed to simplify home financing and buying for a new generation of buyers. With me is Nick Liosa, the CEO, to explain Beeline. So let's set the stage. What's the mission of the company?
Well, look, the mission is to help homeowners achieve their dreams by getting a mortgage faster and easier, primarily for consumers in the gig economy, millennials and younger.
Okay. And so what are the unique needs of the gig workers that is different than what past generations?
Well, look, it's different. Back in the day when you and I got our first mortgages, the standards were different and the job market was different, right? Nowadays, with influencers, consultants, lumpy income, lots of 1099 income, these kids coming out of school have different type of job requirements and they get paid differently. And the standards for Freddie, Fannie are more difficult for them.
Okay. I look forward to that interview just on that.
Well, hey, Jaden, me back and I'm here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Welcome, Jess, and talk about Magic Box. What is that?
Yeah, thanks. So I know Nick had mentioned some AI tools and some SaaS that we do. MagicBlocks is a great company. It's actually based out of Australia, and Beeline owns about half that company. We incubated that company, and they helped us put together our AI chatbot called Bob. What's great about MagicBlocks is it creates an AI sales agent where anybody can actually use this platform. You don't need to be in mortgage. You can be any industry, omni industry. Really, if you've got a call center or touch a consumer in any way, you can use this platform, no code, and you can create your own sales agent. So this great company has about 16 beta clients in it. We've actually had to turn people away. It's become sort of very popular, and people are really excited about what it can do to enhance the customer experience. So it's been wonderful, and Bob has really helped us at Beeline really help our conversion. So we have a lot of people that come to our website and want to check us out, and Bob is sitting right there on the side as a sales agent, and he converts those leads about 6 times better than a human. And so people really see the value in something like that, obviously, with bringing people into their ecosystem and their website and converting these people into real customers. Interesting. The MagicBlocks is a very cool new way to do that and engage your customer.
And then there's also a business, perhaps, of licensing your software. Explain that. How would that fit into your whole strategy?
Yeah, sure. So MagicBlocks will be doing that. They'll be licensing. There's a whole other piece, too. So we've also created other SaaS technology that will be licensing to the mortgage industry. Really, the mortgage industry is very expensive as far as what it takes to generate a mortgage, right? It's very expensive, about $13,000 per loan to generate one loan in the mortgage industry. That's incredibly expensive. So everyone's always looking for ways to reduce that expense and obviously shorten the turn times on how long it will take to generate that mortgage. So this product that we've developed called Blink QC is actually a QC product, quality control product. And whenever you generate a mortgage for Fannie or Freddie, you as a lender are required to QC 10% of your files ahead of closing. It usually is $150 a pop to do that, and it takes 2 days. You have to send it out of house, or you have to have a full internal team. So it's expensive and long to get done. But this product does the same thing as a human, but in 10 minutes and for a fraction of that cost. And so we really see the value in allowing the whole market to enjoy that product, and we think it'll be really compelling and something the market's really interested in.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, honey, I forgot to tell you my parents are coming into town tonight for dinner. I'm thinking steaks.
Luckily, Bob bookmarked commercialville.tv, the internet's only truly localized zip code-enabled video search engine that helps you find businesses right in your own neighborhood.
By the way, baby, my parents became vegans.
My mom isn't crazy about beards.
Tell me you have something else to wear.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Wherever you are, whatever you need, commercialville.tv's got you covered. We're globally local.
Today we're joined by Paul Lawrence, spokesperson of commercialville.tv. Hi, Paul. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Of course. So first question, tell us the main reason why you created commercialville.tv.
So commercial.tv was created to improve a really outdated search engine system, the ecosystem. It's outdated. It only returns stagnant link returns and deliveries for the searchers. So we wanted to create something that improves and showcases the most digested asset online, which is video. In essence, we leapfrogged the link to make that video the actual return for the advertiser.
So tell us, how does the commercialville.tv platform benefit what an advertising is selling from a video standpoint, and what consumer is actually searching for?
Sure. So from an advertising standpoint, it benefits the advertiser because it showcases their goods and services in crisp, clear video. It entertains the searcher, if you will. From a searcher standpoint, it eliminates and alleviates the necessity to click on a link. Again, another outdated example of search engine technology, and be entertained by the good or service that they're searching for. And you can communicate with the advertiser right through the video on Commercial.
Can you give us a sense of what online video consumption in the United States look like today?
Sure. So the average person per week in the United States consumes across all devices almost 44 hours of digital content, video content,
including like short videos, TikTok,
everything. It's across all devices, and it's how they consume it.
44 hours.
44 hours.
That's longer than your working hours, which is 40, right?
Yes, that's why people want to know, what are you doing during the day? There's your answer. But yeah, so across all devices, the average American consumes 44 hours per week.
How much do you think is going to be spent on search advertising in the United States in 2025?
So in 2025, the U.S. search engine industry is forecasted for over $133.5 billion in search engine advertising just in the United States. It's a massive market.
Massive, yeah.
And it's done based on an antiquated, outdated system. That's why our technology going in now, is going to have a leg up on that because it's not link-based.
So lastly, let's talk about commercialview.tv. So tell us where commercialview.tv is right now in terms of an investment perspective.
So the company is in the black right now. There is no debt. We're currently seeking active qualified investors. We're teetering on seed to Series A, but we're open to talk to all different types of investors from an equity standpoint.
So tell us about how we can reach out to you.
So what you want to do to first check out the platform is go to commercialville.tv. Think of Margaritaville, or the commercialville.tv. And the email, which is very important, is PR. So Paul Robert, PR at commercialville.tv. And we will get back to you. Again, PR at commercialville.tv.
One more time.
PR at commercialville.tv.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.